y'all, welcome back to my channel where we speak everybody's language. It's your girl Eumetria. Let's get right out into it. So y'all, I'm excited because I got another story time for you guys, and I think this is something that I think it's kind of like that I see pop up on TikTok, that I see the girls be talking about something that they want to do. So I was like, let me give the girls tea on how this shit, really is. So now I'm going to get into the lessons that I would have known before I started. So lessons one that I wish I would have known that before I started bartending. Before you start working with another bartender, before you guys even start making drinks, whenever you first walk up in the building, always make sure you guys know how you're going to split your money. When I first started, nobody said nothing to me about how you supposed to split the money. I didn't know, and I was also kind of like, should I ask the question? Because maybe there is something that all bartenders know that I didn't know, and I didn't want to seem like I didn't know, so I didn't want to ask. But always ask, y'all. Always make sure you seeing eye to eye with whoever you work with on how y'all gonna split that money, because you will get robbed, bitch. I had some bitches try to play me at that job like I was a fucking dummy when I first started. And I was like, you hoes got me fucked up about my money, bitch. So always make sure, are you guys just going to split the money for the night? Like everybody, whatever the bar made, are y'all just going to split that down the middle? Is it going to be whatever drinks you make and whatever you bartended, that's what you split? Or is it going to be like you guys take turns and then you guys split it that way? Like, y'all need to make sure y'all understand how y'all are going to be working, because it's this is a greedy business. Let's be honest. We're all here for money. So bitches is definitely going to be greedy. They're not going to tell you other things. Like, it might be a customer come in, you started serving them at first, and then they ended up serving them the last drink, and then they tip out, and then they done took your tip out. So also a tip out is the money you get from whatever when your ticket closes, like whatever they purchase closes, that's your, and then they write the tip or they hand you the tip, that's your tip out. Your tip out also comes at the end of the night from the owner or from the manager, whoever, from the cash register and what was made there. And you also get tip out from the bottle girls and the other servers, because when you make their drinks, you also get a portion of that. That's how our bar worked. But y'all need to make sure y'all ask all them questions before y'all start, because if you don't ask, they're going to be able to get over on you. So always make sure you ask, how do you want to split the money and how do you want to work? Because if we're working, you make your money, I make my money. Okay, then we ain't even finna take turns then. But it might be like, you might got a friend, we both gonna keep our own money, but okay, let's take turns with whoever comes to the bar, you take the next person. Because I had one girl, it's like she ran up to everybody. Like, I would literally be walking and the bitch would run past me and go get in front of me, and I'd be like, don't fucking play with me, bitch. Like, don't do that. Like, bitches is real. It's a greedy business. Like, I want y'all to know that. Another lesson too that I wish I would have learned. If you have people that you know, your customers, well, I'm not gonna say customers. If you have the people that you personally know, your friends, your family, your homies coming in to see you, make sure that they tip you on personally. Make sure that they have cash for you, and make sure that they Venmo you, Zelle you, Cash App you, all of that. Because I have had y'all, my friends come in, they come sit at the bar, it's 2-3 of them, I might have them tip me $100. You think I'm gonna split this with the next bitch? These is my friends, I serve them. I don't care if we is splitting the night. You're not about to get that money, and most other bartenders will say that. Like, if they know them personally and they have a personal relationship, not just, just customers just coming in, but like actually people that you know that came for you, make sure you get your money from them personally. Because also the other thing is, the bar, like the actual bar, the place that you work at, is also going to get a percentage of your tip. Some places do. We got all of our tip, but it was like a weird calculation. I'm gonna get into that next. But make sure you're getting all of your money for you. Make sure they Cash App you. Make sure they give you the cash. Like, and also don't let other people see when people are giving y'all, big tips. That was the other thing. When that's lessons that I would have learned too. When you get a fat ass tip, Don't tell nobody you got that fat ass tip. I had women come in, they was like, oh my gosh, you're just so beautiful. They'll give me $100. Don't let another bartender see you making that, because that also causes envy. It's a greedy business, bitch. I'm telling you. It's a nigga come in, he think you fine, he wants you to serve him, but the other bartender want to serve him because she know he got money. Make sure that, like, you're getting your money from him and you're taking it for yourself, if that's how y'all working tonight. Now, if y'all just, but it's like so many ways that you can split it. Like, just be conscious of what's going on. Another thing that I wish I would have known, if you put a card on tab, meaning that you take that person's card or you take their card information and you store it and you start them a running list of all the drinks that they're making, that's the tab. Make sure that you have that information, because I have had people literally run off on me and it was because I forgot to get their card information. Or the other thing was they just left, they gave me a card but that bitch declined. Always watch your bar. Always watch your bar. Anybody that you serving that you got an open tab for, you need to watch them the most. My thing was, I like to cash people out. Just go and give me the cash and I'm going to cash you out. If you want to get more drinks, just let me know. But if I knew you, I would let you start a tab. Don't let everybody just come up in there starting a tab unless they actually ask. Don't let that be your first suggestion, because that shit can get weird sometimes. It can really get real gray real quick. So always make sure that you have that understanding with whoever you're serving. Okay, you're starting a tab. I'm going to keep your card for the night. I would never get them that card back. Some places be like, I'm going to write your card information down and I'm going to give it back. Nah, bitch, I'm finna keep this hoe. I'm going to get it back whenever you get ready to leave. And you know, you can just keep it. I used to keep them in my bra, in my little apron, behind, in the middle, in the cash drawer, the cash register. Make sure you keeping them cards when they start a tab, unless like your place of business said you don't have to do that. The other thing is, cash out who you can cash out. If you see some motherfuckers just sitting there, they order one drink and it's like some dudes just come up to the bar, they don't have a place to sit and they're just walking, go and cash them out. Don't even keep them a tab running, because the other servers will walk up to them and ask them if they want to drink, stuff like that. And that was the other issue that I had working there. A server is never supposed to come into the bar and take a drink from them. That's your bar. You make sure that you handle everybody on that bar. They got tables, booth, whatever. Don't never let a server come up to your bar and place an order for a customer at your bar. Like, that defeats the whole purpose, bitch, of me being a bartender. And that was an issue that I had a lot of times. So that was another lesson that I learned. That was lesson, I don't know what number we're on, 4 or 5. Another lesson that you need to know, like, luckily our owner, he taught us how he broke down the money. But there are other places, they will never tell you how they break down your cut. And I think I learned because I specifically asked. It was some other bartenders that didn't know the mathematical equation for how you break down your money. Because what if it's a new manager just starting? Like, it's also a lot of like emotion, personal shit into this. You don't know if somebody's mad at you, they might slight your money, and it's so easy to do it, y'all. So make sure that you know how the bar is tipping out your money. Like, what is the equation that they use, the mathematical term? What do they add, subtract, divide, multiply to get how much money you're tipped out? Because I've had to double check sometimes, because it'll be like you working a good night and you see the tips, you see what everybody writing down. I can kind of tell how much money I'm making because I'm just keeping up with the tips in my head, like the amount that everybody is tipping me. And then I get to the end of the night and I'm like, this shit seem a little short. And I done had to check. So make sure you know how your bar, how your club, how your lounge, wherever you're working at, the restaurant, how they tip you out and what is the mathematical calculation for that shit. So if you have to double check, you know how to do that shit yourself. You can watch them over their shoulder, make sure whatever they multiplying on their goddamn phone is right, okay? Because you need to know that shit. You need to know how your money is coming up out of there. Another thing that I wish I would have known before, this shit can get grimy real quick. This is like you in a pool of piranhas. You in a pool of sharks, bro. So, yes, people will be cool, but that does not mean that they are your friend working there also, because everybody is here for a check. Bitches used to get mad when another bitch is making more money, or the bar making more money than the servers making more money than the bar. Somebody come up to your customer, your customer no longer wants to work with a certain server or bartender anymore. Now they want to work with you. Like, people get mad over stuff like that. So make sure that you're always doing mental health checks, because another thing that I was like not good at is like when I used to go to work, a bitch used to have attitude going in. That's not the type of environment that you need to be working in. So make sure that you mentally are like, you know, keeping yourself where you need to be. Like if you need to take off work a week because that shit just getting too much for you, take off that week. Like make sure that you know what you want. If you're like, I don't like working nights, I'd rather work the daytime where it's a little slower, like know all of that stuff, because I think that I didn't mentally check myself and I had crashed out. And I'm gonna get into that, like why I crashed out and all of that stuff later. But like I ended up crashing out by the time I ended up quitting, and it was just like I felt like it could have been prevented. I could have helped myself. Not even that it could have been prevented, because you can't prevent what other people do to you, but that I could have checked myself and took care of myself a little better in that situation, and I might have not quit when I did, or I might have would have been able to communicate my frustrations a little bit better in some situations. So make sure that you're, you know, keeping up with your mental health, because that shit can get draining. Working till 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, dealing with all these different energies, all these different personalities, from your customers to the people that you work with, to the security, to the cooks. Like you got to make sure that you're keeping yourself at peace. Like get you some sage, pray before you go to work, pray before you go to sleep, wash off before you get into bed. I would hope you do that anyway. Some nights you might be dog tired, you might be like, I can't even get in the shower, but like make sure you cleanse your body before and after you work, so you can go in with the best mindset every day. And I'm gonna just be honest, you're gonna do much better, you know, doing that. So always make sure that you keeping a mental check on yourself. And last but not least is something that I always was, some bartenders, some people don't care, but this is a lesson that you should know. Anyway, regardless, make sure you go above and beyond for your customers, because that's going to set you different from the other bartenders, the other servers. Some people, they're just going to give you a drink and go on about their day. Make sure that you're always going above and beyond. You know, somebody tipping you fat, put them a little, make that drink a little stronger, you know, get them a free shot or something like that. Make sure that you're okay. Maybe they ordered 8 drinks, maybe you only charge them for 6. Like, make sure that you're going above. Like that, I'm just saying that's something that you could do when you start getting a better relationship with people, and then you start understanding your process, like understanding your bar a little better, because every bar is different. Make sure that you're going above and beyond for everybody to make sure they're having a good night, because you want them to tip you. You need them to tip you, but also you need to be having an eye of discernment, because some people will not tip you and they'll want you to be the best for them. If you're not tipping, you need to get your ass out the way. And that's me being for real. If somebody is not tipping you, get them that drink going on. Like, you don't need to be sitting there talking to me. And it will be men coming up in the bar, want to talk to you because you fine and all of that, and then they don't want to tip you. They leave you a $2 tip on a $30 ticket. Don't do that. Hell, sometimes somebody give me a 20, they drink cost 15. I'm not finna give you your cash back unless you ask me. And if you find and you be like, you finna ask me for $4 back, like that, like, you know, and then you can kind of see like all that stuff is weird. But like, make sure you always, you know, take care of who you know is gonna fuck with you. And then whoever ain't, you know, get them what they need going on. Keep it moving to the next person. So with that being said, I have a lot more coming for y'all when it comes to me bartending. If y'all have any questions, anything else that I didn't cover that y'all feel like y'all want to know, leave a comment down below and I'll try to answer them the best of my ability. I'll make sure I enter in all the stuff that I was talking about when it comes to the classes, your TABC, the books that I bought, the kit that I bought, all of that. I'll put that down in the description box below. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you are following me on all my social channels. Turn your post notifications on everything. And with that being said, be blessed, don't stress, okay? And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out, bye.